I did though want to get into kind of what Fashion Week was like for y'all this week. Because listen, it was Fashion Week. And my motherfucking raggedy ass took my ass right down to Atlanta. I said, bye, New York. Y'all have fun. So I didn't get to go to any of the parties. I didn't experience it. So I would love for y'all to let people know if they missed out on anything, what it was like. Is it mixy? There was just a lot going on.
I only go to things that Jay Ryan invites me to. I don't go to anything else. Mainly because I realized, especially over the last 2 years, how much social anxiety I actually really have around people that I don't know, around being in spaces that I'm not familiar with. I realized it's not for me. It's not a comfortable thing.
Which show was the biggest ticket on y'all's docket this week?
Pretty Little Thing.
With Tiana Taylor.
Tiana Taylor collaboration.
Yes.
I love it. Who performed? That's
Lil Durk.
Okay, I was gonna say that, but
he did so good too.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Wait,
I really was.
Impressed? You didn't expect much from Durk?
No, I don't expect much from any of the Lils. Ever, other than Lil Wayne.
I'm gonna be honest with you, because rappers nowadays, they don't perform. They just walk.
Okay. Lil Durk gave a 1-2 count?
It was just how he came out. It was just, he actually had energy in his performance. And I think that rappers nowadays don't have energy. They literally hold the mic here and they just walk around.
Or they're yelling into the mic and you don't understand what the fuck they saying over their track. And you're like, my head hurts. This is not good.
I love the subway theme that she did. I love as well too.
It was all about New York culture, which was great because beautiful. she had the subway dancers come out and do Showtime.
She was so hands-on with every detail.
We don't in real life, but they were great on the stage.
Sir, when I had a motherfucking job and I'm coming home from a long day at my accounting job, the last thing I want to hear, it's showtime, bitch. They have the music blasting and then
doing somersaults on the rails.
Being from LA, and I think
of course y'all love that.
It's very rare that I take a subway in general.
That's true.
I am an Uber person for sure. But when I have taken it with friends that know how to take it, I enjoy that shit. I actually leave a tip. I'm like, yeah.
But it's because you don't live here.
And I'm a content person, so I'm like, content, New York.
Yes.
Hashtag.
Well, it was great.
You're the reason they keep doing it. Thanks, Jay.
It was so great for this.
In them.
It was so great for this moment though too, right? Because I think New York in general, because of the experience of New York that New York has had with COVID and the pandemic, and how much of a breakdown.
Malibu.
How much of a breakdown there's been just socially. I think it's really cool. It was really cool to see this tribute this way. Plus, the clothes were great. You know what I mean?
The tribute was fun. I think the clothes were bomb.
Yeah.
What I like about Pretty Little Thing the most is that for this to be New York Fashion Week, we went and got models that weren't your typical fashion models.
I see that.
We definitely opened the door for new faces and new opportunities. You know?
That's probably one of my favorite things about the fashion world right now. Mm-hmm. I'm a super big fan of Project Runway and all of that. Mm-hmm. And so I love that now in fashion, they're giving space to thicker women, shorter women, tatted women, people that literally look like your everyday person.
Yeah.
Right.
And I always love what Tiana does. She's just fucking fire and sexy. So Tiana, you can join us on this couch any motherfucking time, okay?
Yeah. It's really, the level of representation was great. The versatility in the clothes I thought was really good as well. Yes, Tokyo. It was just really cool. And then Junie, she had her daughter come out at the end with her grandparents.
The do-rag.
Oh yeah, she was
with the
owning
do-rag.
the show.
And Junie is a star, so it was really dope to see that as well.
All right, now enough about the shows. What was the parties like? Was the niggas outside? Was it free drinks? Was it giving? Or did I not miss a thing?
Were the niggas outside? I definitely went to a few parties.
I did not.
I don't know. You did. You came to that.
I went to the one with you, but all the men were there for the men.
We went to.
They were not there for me.
This is true.
The men were like, "Oh, I love your outfit." It wasn't giving like, "Damn, I'd fuck." It was giving like, "Oh, yes, I'd
wear that." Sis, let me borrow it.
Which, by the way, is actually a great compliment. I always feel good when a gay man gives a compliment.
Same.
For sure.
I always do.
Same.
I feel like gay men they're not as quick to lie. They're not as quick to lie to try to get your attention. They will really, if they give you a compliment, they'll be genuine about it.
Gay men and women, I'll take a compliment all day.
Yes.
Which is crazy because yes, we date straight men, but
that's also because a lot of
don't be given.
But a lot of straight men don't know how to give compliments.
Hell no, it'd be like, oh, I want to fuck you.
I'm not gonna lie,
not a compliment.
You a bad
as
bitch.
Gay men were out this
Damn,
week,
that ass
they
look
weren't
fat
the
in
ones
that
I was
dress.
looking for. They were a little too fashionable for me.
Oh yeah,
I need a guy.
Okay.
I was getting like the high fashion guys this week. It wasn't for me. They looked great.
That's the thing I think about Fashion Week is that people really come out and they throw everything that's their most high end on. And it's kind of annoying.
I think what people forget about Fashion Week is that you're supposed to take risk and go left with something.
Right.
Russell Westbrook wore a skirt.
Do you know what's crazy about that? Everyone sent that to my DM.
I feel like he did Fashion Week the way Fashion Week was supposed to be done. But I think because everybody just goes to a high-end designer store and buys the fucking mannequin and think, oh, this is fashion because it's Gucci or it's Dior. That's not the case. He actually took a risk as a masculine basketball player and wore it. And now he's getting like all these like masculine dudes coming like, oh, you're gay. Like, what y'all don't realize, that man is from LA and he will whoop your ass.
I've always thought that.
He's a certified fighter.
Like Russell is a real
nigga.
You gotta be careful. Like
he's not somebody to play with, but I think he did fashion the way Fashion Week was supposed to do.
Kid Cudi also was spotted out in a skirt as well.
I love him.
And I believe Jadena was in a dress. So I mean, a lot of the men this week wore skirts, and we actually got into this on another episode about men wearing skirts. It's just like, let people wear what the fuck they want to wear.
It's not a gay thing because I'm a gay man and I wouldn't wear a skirt personally, but I just think that this for Fashion Week worked.
Right.
I don't think Russell's just wearing dresses on a regular day.
No.
It's Fashion Week. He got the press that he was supposed to get.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But also, I wouldn't mind men wearing skirts because that's easier access for me.
Right.
I'm just saying, easy access. I love it. I'm here for it. Maybe not, like you said, maybe not an everyday thing, but for an event, why not?
For Fashion Week, where you're supposed to get spotlighted and seen, like, he did it. And I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't see too much press about anyone this week. Like, I don't think Fashion Week's not what it used to be back in the days when it was Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week.
Right.
I think
but you also have baby mamas of rappers sitting front row. I think that's so different from like it used to be.
And Larry David.
You know what I mean? Like it used to be a thing.
This is my favorite video that I've seen all week.
It used to be a thing to even who was sitting front row at these shows, and you literally have Instagram models and baby mamas of athletes getting those front row seats next to like a fucking Anna Wintour.
Unfortunately, they're the ones who get the press now.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Social media leveled the playing field. Like the everyday famous person is no longer famous.
Right.
Like you can be famous, but shit, I got followers too. What's up?
Right.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
It's true.
And it did. It leveled the playing field. And it's like, it's a bittersweet thing because it's like people that you were so excited for back in the days, you're not anymore because, but those people used to also be assholes. And now you look at them like, cool, what's up? We the same.
Right.
Matter of fact, I make more money than you just posting on social media.
Right.
And you have to go do a whole acting job.
Right.
Not a whole acting job.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
it's
I didn't
very
think
true.
of it that way. You're right.
Influencers are making way more money than actual entertainers.
Right.
That are like trained. The only difference is entertainers do have a work ethic.
Right.
And influencers don't. They don't. They didn't get media trained.
Right.
They didn't go to acting classes or any of that. Like they don't know how to do the whole press thing. But unfortunately, they sell.
Right.
They can post and sell. So they're making millions of dollars just posting and doing their own thing, whereas these people have to go and do a whole acting job for the same price.
Right.
Do you feel like that because influencers are lazy, some influencers are lazy, I won't say all, because some of my friends are influencers and they make a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
And they're not lazy by any means. Like my homegirl literally carries a whole tripod, her ring light. She travels with the whole kit to film content everywhere she goes. She's got a lens for her phone to be able to film.
Much work.
It's a lot of work. And I mean, you and I know from doing some social media campaigns as well, a lot of that stuff requires a lot of creative, intuitive, innovative thought. Like you can't just take a picture in something and post it and get paid. It doesn't work that way. But do you think that it's worked in the favor of the brands for that? Or do you feel like the influencers are now, because there's so many and they're a dime a dozen, do you feel like that works well for the brand, or do you feel like it just works well for the influencer?
I think it works well for both. It works well in terms of sales because like, for instance, we can hire celebrities to come to our events.
Right.
And that's where you get your press. Because the thing is, influencers aren't getting pressed the same way that celebrities are getting pressed. However, in terms of posting and getting sales, you do make the sales off of them. Now, the attitudes are a little bit different because you would think that the celebrity had more attitude. But because, like I said, they're trained in being relationship builders,
right?
Versus the influencer where everything is just handed to
them.
So they don't know work. They're just like, it's not paid enough. I'm good. Or they don't want to do, like they're
not good at relationship building.
Yeah, they don't know how to relationship build at all. And then it's like you walk away hating them. Like, I never want to work with them again. Like that's genuinely how you end up feeling. But yeah, you definitely like get sales off of them because their fan base. I didn't know it until I went to BeautyCon for the first time. And at the time I was managing Karuchi.
Yeah.
And we went and she was considered the celebrity there. And all these other kids were YouTubers, makeup tutorial YouTubers.
Right.
And I just remember the crowd going crazy for them.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these people like, who the hell are any of them?
Right.
And
that's happened to me
people
several
are in the
times.
crowd crying, talking about, oh my God, I just relate to you. I had bad acne and I had this. And you taught me how to just, and that makes sense. Because entertainers are glorified, but it's like you don't relate to them.
They're not relatable.
You don't relate to them.
We've
Whereas
talked about that a lot.
You relate to. You feel like, oh, I'm like them. I feel like them, which is why fast fashion, like Pretty Little Thing, such a big thing because people that are watching Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, they can't afford to wear Balmain and everything that they're wearing.
Right.
But you hire Kim or Kylie to be in Pretty Little Thing, oh, now I can dress like them. I can afford the whole collection.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why those brands work, and that's why those brands are killing off the high fashion brands.
But also, I think it's really worked against the celebrities that are personable, that have been media trained, because now their niceness is kind of going to waste. You know what I mean? Like now I look at other artists and celebrities that I know that I'm like, damn, you always so humble, always so sweet. But it hasn't worked out for them in their favor.
Yes and no. Because like, for instance, I'm friends with Christina Milian and I feel like she is such a relationship builder.
Yeah.
I feel like Christina will have a long career. Her career will last past.
Because she's nice to people.
Every influencer, even in old age, because she's built relationships with studios and she's nice to people.
She's nice to
her
people.
acting career will just flourish. So I think that, like I said, the relationship building in the long scheme of things will work.